What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we got a quick video today. My other video unfortunately got rained out, or at least at the time that I went to film it, it was rained out. It's not too bad here today, now this afternoon, but we're going to start filming another part which I've been wanting to do for a while. We're going to do a field strip and cleaning of an AR-15, since I did manage to go out and shoot mine a little bit here today, which, if none of you know, this is the Palmetto State built AR-15 that I did. It has the Anderson lower. Or no, actually this is not the Palmetto. This does have a Palmetto internal, but this is Anderson lower, Palmetto internals, Magpul stock, CBC Industries 22-inch barrel, which is in a 223 Wild with a Nikon Buckmaster scope. So we're going to go ahead and field strip and clean this and kind of do a step-by-step. So alright guys, let's get into it. Alright guys, so first off, to start, the gun just came from the range, so first thing you want to do, make sure that it is clear. Pull the bolt carrier back and set it so that way the chamber is open. She is clear, and we are ready for disassembly. Now the thing is, you open that up, make sure it's clear, go ahead and hit the button, run it home. Now that it is here, there are these two pins. There's one here and one here. You're going to press these pins out, so it clicked open like that. I'm actually going to fully disassemble this instead of keeping it, because you can clean it in this format here, but I'm going to break it down fully so that way we're only dealing with the components individually instead of as this still built whole compartment or whole section. So what we're going to do is we're going to press the pin out of the front here. So now that that pin is out, the whole lower comes off. The lower should be your stock, your grip, and all of your internals. So alright, we have that part. We'll set that off to the side. We will get to that momentarily. Next, with the upper, there are still a few components left with this. What you're going to do is, usually on your bolt or your charging handle, there is a catch. You're going to go ahead and pull that, and when you pull that, it's going to pull your bolt carrier out as well. So pull the bolt carrier out first, set that aside, and then what you're going to do then is pull your charging handle out, and there is usually a small section where when you pull it out, you can just drop it down and it comes out. And you can see too is there's that small little ridge right up there towards the top that it kind of catches in the groove. So alright, we have that part. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to break the bolt carrier down so that is ready to clean, and then we will start the actual cleaning process. Alright guys, so we have the bolt carrier. The bolt carrier is pretty much self-explanatory. It is your bolt. This includes your firing pin. And also, we're going to take this apart for cleaning. Now the best way to do that is to fully disassemble it. Some people I've seen can just take it as this, spray some oil on it, brush it down with say a toothbrush, and then wipe it down and call it clean. But actually there's a lot of small crevices inside this unit that can get some dirt in them. So what we're going to do is, there is a small hole in the top. Let me go ahead and grab, oh, actually, this might be our other little trick. So there's a little pin right here that has a little eyelet on top. All you're going to do is just pull this pin out just enough to where you can get a grip. Pull it out completely. Make sure that that does not go anywhere. You do not want to lose that. You're going to rotate the bolt, and this pin is going to, this pin up here at the top, this more square. Oh, come on. There we go. Need to rotate it. It's a little stiff here. Now when you rotate it, it allows it to clear this piece here that goes with your gas tube. Pull this pin out, and as you can see how dirty my fingers are getting already, this is pretty filthy. And then you can go ahead and pull it out. There we go. So this here is essentially your bolt. This is your firing pin, and oh my god, look how filthy that thing is. But like I said, we're going to be breaking this down to clean it. So alright, we have the bolt carrier broken down into the main assembly, the firing pin, the bolt itself, and the 2 pins that hold it together. Since I have all the components out, we're going to go ahead. I honestly just got a kind of junk fine tooth toothbrush, actually, a medium, I guess medium bristle strength, and this usually works very good for using as a brush. You want to brush your oils onto it and also break down any buildup that you see. So on mine back in here, there's a pretty good bit of like carbon buildup. You're going to want to brush that in pretty good. And yeah, like I said, toothbrush seems to be one of the better tools you can get and the cheapest, instead of going around and buying a special gunsmithing or gun cleaning brush. These work just as good. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and jump into a time lapse. We're going to take the toothbrush and a rag, and we're going to go ahead and scrub and clean all of these, and I'll be back with you guys in a second. Alright guys, so now that we have everything cleaned and ready to go, everything has been lubed and is ready for reassembly. So alright, what we're going to do first is go ahead and place your bolt inside your carrier. Now there is a slight taper to the hole that runs through the center of the bolt, so you might have to play around just a little bit with this pin to get it to fit right, because only one side of that bolt carrier it fits. As you can see, we slid it right on in. Now what you're going to do is when you pull it to the top of this track, you're going to rotate that head to where it is long ways facing this way. Now what you're going to do then after that, you're going to go ahead and place your firing pin. Now once your pin is in, if your bolt is pulled all the way out to where it is as extended as it's going to be from the carrier, put your firing pin as far forward as you can, and you're going to take this small little like counter pin, put it right through the side here, and she is ready to go. This thing's not going to come apart. Your bolt, your firing pin isn't going to come out or anything of that nature. So alright, we have the bolt carrier cleaned, reassembled, and ready to go. Let's go ahead and clean the rest of this AR and get it assembled. Alright guys. Alright guys, so we have our cleaning rod assembled, ready to go. We have a bore brush. Now what I usually do with this bore brush, dip it in solvent. I always use hops. Hops is a pretty good cleaner. It's a old school cleaner. And what you're going to do is you're going to run it through your barrel. Run it through multiple times, it's not going to hurt nothing. Just want to get enough to where it's going to break up any of that buildup that you have inside the barrel. Now you can run these honestly any direction, so I mean for me, I usually try to run it out of the tip of the barrel. But it doesn't really matter which direction you want to, as long as you can get a full pass to where this brush goes in one end and out the other. That way it is fully cleaned and ready to go. Alright, so now that we have everything prepped, we're going to go ahead and take your, after you're done running your bore brush, you're going to go ahead and run a few patches. Now your patches, usually the first one I always put the cleaning solvent on, run it out. Whoops. And then you're going to go ahead and pull it right back through, and you can see that went from white to black. So we're going to go ahead and just keep running these patches until everything is clean, and then that way we know that the bore has been properly cleaned. We'll do a final inspection at the end, but we're going to go ahead. I'm going to roll the time lapse, and we'll see you guys when this is clean. Alright guys, so we have the barrel clean, it's ready to go. So what we're going to do next is we're going to clean out the internal side of this, where the gas chain, or where the gas tube goes, and everything of that nature. So alright, honestly to me, like I said, some of the best tools are a small brush. For me, I use toothbrush, and all you're going to do is just scrub out the inside of this chamber. Again, this breaks up any grime and stuff that does happen to get in there, especially with carbon deposits during the shooting process. I close the dust cover. And alright, now that we have that part clean and ready to go, usually the other way that I clean this out is I will take my cleaning rod, or at least part of my cleaning rod, and I'll put a small bore mop So we're going to go ahead and do the lower now. Now your lower, like I said, consists of your main internals, which is your trigger assembly, your mag release, your safety, things like that. Now, honestly, if you really want to, you could take this entire thing apart and clean every little assembly, but if you're going to be cleaning just the basics, for me, the best thing that I do is let the hammer forward. That allows you to get your brush with just a little bit of oil. It allows you to kind of get in there and brush away any grime that might be in there, and any sort of carbon deposits and things like that. Now once you have that cleaned up, just go ahead, wipe it down to get the dirt and excess cleaner out of your internals. A lot of people too, if you really want to get every little nook and cranny, like I said, this is just kind of a quick field strip. This isn't a extreme cleaning, which I can do a video like that if you guys request it, further breakdown or further cleaning. But I know some people, if you want to get a lot of stuff down in here, use Q-tips or use like a stick with a little bit of cotton. You can usually get into the very small areas. But just to do a general cleaning, this is about all you'll need. You can go ahead and put the bolt, or not the bolt, the hammer back in its cocked position. Just go ahead and look over everything else, wipe stuff down that needs to. We'll worry about the outside of the gun once it is fully reassembled, and we'll wipe down for final cleaning. But so far she looks pretty good. We're going to do the charging handle last, and that's usually not dirty at all. Just take a brush, clean out the channel on the inside, clean out some of the little ridges. Usually just do a quick wipe down. Nothing too bad. Alright, so now that we have our lower cleaned up, ready to go, we're going to go ahead and take our upper, just redo the pins. What we're going to do is do the front pin first. And now if you have the gun sitting like this or up on a rest like I had it on originally, well, actually, better yet, we'll just do this at this angle. And try not to let the barrel hit the ground. What we're going to do, charging handle goes in first. When you put it up towards the top, you're going to go ahead, there is a small groove, and it clicked up. Push it down just a little bit so it holds in that groove. Take your bolt carrier group and that little part of the gas tube that's up on the top, you're going to line it up with that channel on the bottom. Drop it, it's going to slide in, push it, and the chain or the assembly is going to click into place. You can go ahead and fold the gun back down, press your final pin in. We have it assembled. Just go ahead. Alright, she racks. Now we're going to go ahead and do the final wipe down, and the gun is going to be ready to go. Alright guys, we have the AR all cleaned up. She's ready to hit the range for another day. I really do hope that you guys like this video. If you do, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I will be hoping to do more of these kind of walkthrough cleanings, field stripping of guns, things like that in the future. If there are any guns that you want to know specifically, please drop some comments down below, and I will hopefully be able to get those guns in if I don't have them already, and do a full field strip and cleaning of them, if not just a full field strip. If you do want to know any more information about the AR-15, what I did to build it, or if there's anything that I didn't cover that you want to know, maybe if you want to do a more in-depth cleaning, I can always do another video and break it down and do a full cleaning, break it down even more than I did already, even though that is usually your standard breakdown, field strip, and clean. So, like I said, I do hope you guys like this video. If you do, please smash that thumbs up button. It really helps me out so it knows that you guys are seeing the videos and you are liking them. So, we're going to wrap it up on that. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that little bell button next to the subscribe button for notifications on the newest videos coming out. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next range day, which we will be shooting this along with the other AR that we picked up from the video of why you don't need an AR-15. Please go check that video out too if you haven't seen it yet. I went over a couple things with the AR-15 and what makes it possibly the best sporting rifle on the market. So alright guys, I will see you on the next upload. Always remember, be safe, shoot straight, have fun. See ya.